What's going on, guys? It's Jake. We got a bunch new pictures for upcoming Beyblade Burst Turbo stuff. So let's just get right into the news. So guys, on this episode of ilinnuc's Nook News, we're going to be talking about some new pictures that came out regarding Wave 2 of Beyblade Burst Turbo and some new boosters which are kind of interesting. So let's start off with the boosters. Now the first one we're going to be taking a look at is Kraken K4, which I don't think that this is a Hasbro exclusive because this name has been leaked for a possible Takara Tomy release for a little while, but it's taking a look at the actual Beyblade and it does look really sick. Now typically whenever Beyblades come in a booster like this for Hasbro, they're always kind of the meh ones or the ones that nobody cares about or just kind of crappy recolors. But this actually looks really cool. It has the whole water thing going on and it has what looks like it's anchors, and I don't know, man, overall it definitely looks really cool, and I'm gonna be really excited to actually open this one up whenever it comes out, and I hope that this comes out the same time as Wave 2. Next we have what is definitely a Hasbro exclusive, and it is Ogre 04. Now we've heard this name for a little bit now due to some listings that popped up months and months ago, but guys, this one looks kind of cool, and I'm gonna be honest, it does look like metal. Just look at that picture, it looks like metal, but it is not. Do not think that it is metal. It is going to be plastic, but just look at that, like it's painted so well. Just imagine how cool that would be with metal, but it overall looks really sick. I love the color scheme a lot. I like the ogre in the middle, and it is kind of cool how the ogre seems like he has like a cool like hairstyle. I don't know, overall looks really cool. I don't know what I feel about the performance tip being yellow though. That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Now guys, we're going to move on to the starters. So these are ones that come in a launcher. They're going to be a little bit more expensive. So we have two that are just from Takara Tomy, you know, they're kind of following through with the line. And then we have two, what I thought would be like maybe recolors, like maybe we'd get a Hercules recolor or something. They're actually two more Hasbro exclusive bays, so we're going to start with those first. First, we have Sphinx S4, and this one looks really cool in my opinion. It gives me kind of an Anubion vibe because it's Egyptian based, and you see the Sphinx head right in the middle. And overall, I do think that it looks kind of simplistic for sure. I wish that there were some like designs or something on like the outer edges, maybe like hieroglyphs or something. I don't know, something like that would be cool. But overall, it does look pretty sick, and the shape looks, it kind of reminds me of like Shadow Amaterios or Shining Amaterios. That's what the shape reminds me of. Now we have Typhon T4, and this one is definitely really weird. As you can see in the middle, it is like this purple, and the purple looks really cool. Of course, you have all the silver parts, which would have been amazing if it was metal, but whatever. But then the head in the middle is like a kind of a simple green goblin looking thing, which is definitely really weird, interesting to say the least. I kind of wish they would have made it a little bit more detailed or something. It is really weird though, but still it is pretty exciting. This bay is a defense type though, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this one. It's definitely not my favorite one that we've seen so far, but I still like it nonetheless. Now guys, we're going to move on to the Beyblades that are from just the main line, the main like Takara Tomy line, not Hasbro exclusives, and we've got two. We have Hercules H4 and Salamander S4, which I'm not surprised about. You know, Wave 2, we're getting Hercules, Salamander, and two Hasbro exclusives, I guess. And then Wave 3 is when we'll probably get maybe Hazard Kirbyus, possibly, Revive Phoenix, stuff like that. So let's take a look at Hercules H4. Overall, I think it looks fantastic. It looks basically the exact same as the Takara Tomy one, except, you know, it is plastic. I gotta say that every time. It is plastic. But the one thing I am worried about, though, is because Hasbro wants their whole slingshot gimmick thing to where the performance tips have like dual modes. I wonder how they'll do Eternal, because Eternal is pretty sick for Takara Tomy, because it's a pretty solid stamina driver, defense driver. But I really hope Hasbro doesn't mess it up, because the bearing was pretty decent. You know, the Takara Tomy one was a little bit better. Hasbro one had a better spring, but Takara Tomy one was a little bit smoother. So I really hope this one is as smooth and they don't go and ruin it by hamming in their gimmick. I don't know. I'm kind of worried, but still, guys, the layer looks really sick. And finally, guys, we have Salamander S4. And once again, I think they did a great job. It looked really good. And if you look down at operate, you can see that it's still going to have that mode change between more the defense mode and the mode that like hops around weirdly. But I think it looks really good for sure. And I think they're going to keep the slingshot gimmick simple. It's probably at the very tip. You're just going to pull the little bit out, and it's going to be very simple. But hopefully we also get the mode change for the actual layer, because it's able to go from like a 5-blade mode to a 10-blade mode. I hope they don't remove that, because that would just be kind of lame. But alright, guys, that is going to wrap up this episode of Nook News. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, and if you just tell me guys, what do you think of these new bays? We have so many Hasbro exclusives. Like, I feel like there's just as many Hasbro exclusives as bays that are from Takara Tomy. So really interesting. Are we gonna see any more Hasbro exclusives in the future? I really hope so, because these definitely look cooler than like Hyrus and Diomedes that came out in Evolution. These look pretty awesome. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next one. Have fun and bay away.